They don't want you to know this, not your doctor, not the supplement companies, not the billion-dollar anti-aging industry, because if you did, you'd stop buying 90% of what they sell. After 60, your muscles aren't just getting weaker, they're being quietly erased. It's a trillion-dollar health crisis no one's warning seniors about. The global sarcopenia market, yes, they turned muscle loss into a business, is now packed with supplements, powders, and protein bars promising miracles. It's not a gym problem, it's not a protein problem, it's a cellular collapse. And here's where it gets shocking. Multiple peer-reviewed studies now reveal that specific vegetables, yes, ordinary vegetables, contain rare compounds that can switch back on muscle repair systems inside aging bodies. We're talking about plant chemicals that outperform some medications in trials. Meanwhile, corporations are quietly cashing in. Billions are spent marketing whey powders and superfoods that do nothing without proper muscle signaling. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 most powerful vegetables that can rebuild muscle and fight sarcopenia naturally, ranked from least to most effective. And stick around because number 2 on this list has been clinically shown to regenerate muscle fibers in seniors in just 10 days, but only if you prepare it the right way. Mess it up and it could actually weaken your muscles instead. Every single reference is linked in the description below because unlike Big Pharma, we show our receipts. And before we dive in, from where are you watching us today? Drop it in the comments. We're reading and replying to every single one of you. You're not alone. We're in this fight together. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 5. The forgotten root that can reignite blood flow to your legs and bring your strength back. Vegetable No. 5, number 5, beets. Beets are nature's forgotten powerhouse, especially for anyone over 60 who's starting to feel their legs weaken or their muscles fade. Most seniors don't realize that the secret to fighting sarcopenia, the progressive muscle loss tied to aging, may lie not just in lifting weights or drinking more protein shakes, but in dramatically improving how blood flows to every inch of your muscle tissue. As we age, our blood vessels stiffen and shrink. This makes it harder for oxygen and nutrients to actually reach muscle cells in time to repair them. Without that delivery system working at full force, even a healthy diet or exercise routine can fall short. That's why beets matter. They're one of the richest sources of natural nitrates on the planet. Compounds that convert into nitric oxide inside your body, relaxing and widening blood vessels. This boosts blood flow, improves nutrient absorption, and reactivates muscle fiber repair. A 2018 study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults who drank concentrated beet juice before walking had 38% more oxygen circulating in their muscles, with significant improvements in walking endurance, power output, and recovery. At first, Grace didn't believe any of that. She was 72, retired, and had spent the last few years struggling with sluggish legs, especially when getting out of bed in the morning. Her knees wobbled, her balance felt off. One afternoon, she nearly fell in the kitchen while reaching for a frying pan. Her doctor called it just getting older and suggested physical therapy, but Grace wanted something natural, something simple. Her daughter, who had been researching muscle loss in aging parents, suggested she try adding raw beets to her diet. Grace laughed. Beets? I haven't eaten those since 1979. But she agreed to try, starting with small slices in her smoothies, masking the earthy flavor with oranges and apples. After just 1 week, she noticed her feet felt warmer at night, and the constant tingling sensation in her calves had started to fade. 2 weeks later, she climbed the stairs without grabbing the handrail, something she hadn't done in months. And by the 4th week, her physical therapist was stunned. Her walking pace had sped up, her balance was steadier, and she said she actually felt alive again in her legs. It wasn't magic, it was circulation. Her muscles were finally being fed again. What most people don't realize is that cooking can kill the very compounds that make beets so powerful. When boiled or over-roasted, beets lose more than 60% of their nitrate content. To preserve the full muscle rebuilding effect, you need to eat them raw, grated, or gently steamed. A simple way is blending half a beet into a fruit smoothie or shredding some into a salad with lemon juice and olive oil. Even beet powder or beet juice, if it's cold-pressed and unsweetened, can work. And the effects go beyond just strength. Better nitric oxide levels from beets also lower blood pressure, reduce arterial stiffness, and can even improve sleep quality by keeping your blood flowing evenly at night. Most people walk past beets in the produce section, not knowing they're walking past one of the most powerful tools for restoring blood flow and fighting muscle loss. If your legs feel heavy, your walking is slowing, or you're waking up stiff and sore, your muscles might not be weak, they might just be starving for oxygen, and beets could be the fastest way to feed them again. But this next vegetable works on a completely different level. It doesn't boost blood flow. It actually changes the way your muscles store energy. And most seniors have no idea it even works that way. Number 4, sweet potatoes. Sweet vegetable number 4 potatoes might seem like comfort food, but for seniors battling muscle loss, there's something far more powerful. They're metabolic protectors. After 60, your muscle tissue isn't just shrinking from disuse. It's under constant attack from inflammation, insulin resistance, and energy deficits. And one overlooked cause, poor glycogen storage. Glycogen is the form your body uses to store energy inside muscle cells. When you don't store it well, your muscles weaken faster. That's where sweet potatoes come in. They're packed with complex carbs, beta-carotene, potassium, and antioxidants that don't just fuel the body, they help it heal. A 2020 study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed antioxidant-rich tubers like sweet potatoes improved muscle protein synthesis markers and reduced oxidative damage in skeletal muscles by over 29%, a stunning reversal that helps slow sarcopenia progression in as little as 6 weeks. Meet Harold, 69, a retired firefighter. Harold had always been strong, but after turning 65, his legs started giving out. Without warning, he'd go to the store and suddenly need to sit down. His doctor told him it was pre-diabetes and arthritis. But Harold wanted answers. He cut back on junk, started walking again, but something still wasn't right. He felt drained even after eating. Then a neighbor suggested he switch his starchy sides. No more white bread or instant rice. Instead, he started baking sweet potatoes, sprinkling them with cinnamon and olive oil. Within 2 weeks, his legs stopped shaking when standing. He didn't crash after lunch anymore. After a month, he was helping neighbors with yard work again. The biggest shock: his blood sugar stabilized and his nighttime leg cramps vanished. The truth is, sweet potatoes do what pills often can't. They regulate how energy moves in and out of your muscles. With their slow-burning carbohydrates and high potassium content, they prevent post-meal crashes and help maintain steady insulin levels. That's crucial because insulin doesn't just manage blood sugar. It also plays a major role in driving amino acids into your muscles, fueling their repair. Plus, sweet potatoes contain magnesium and manganese, 2 minerals that support muscle contraction and bone strength. When these nutrients are depleted, recovery slows and soreness lingers longer after even light activity. To get the most benefit, skip the marshmallows and butter. Roast or steam them with the skin on to keep the antioxidants intact. 1 medium sweet potato a day, especially at lunch or dinner, can give your body enough fuel to prevent nighttime weakness and afternoon fatigue. And if you've been told your muscle loss is just aging, sweet potatoes might prove it's not. It's a nutrient problem, not a permanent one. But the next vegetable on this list does something even rarer. It mimics the effects of resistance training at the cellular level, even if you haven't touched a dumbbell in years. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3, spinach. Vegetable number 3, spinach, isn't just good for your eyes or your iron levels. It's a hidden muscle building machine, especially for seniors who feel their strength fading with every passing year. What most people don't realize is that spinach contains natural plant compounds called phytosteroids. These rare molecules act like gentle plant-based growth signals for human muscle cells. One in particular, called 20-hydroxyctone, has been studied for its ability to stimulate protein synthesis in muscle tissue even without exercise. A groundbreaking study published in Archives of Toxicology found that people who consumed this compound daily increased lean muscle mass by over 10% in just 10 days without changing their workouts. That kind of result in seniors could mean the difference between walking independently or relying on a cane within a year. Now meet Ruth, 74. She was never one to go to the gym, but she stayed active until last winter. After a minor cold, she lost her appetite for weeks. By spring, her arms felt limp and she couldn't lift her shopping bags without shaking. Her doctor mentioned age-related decline, but Ruth wasn't ready to accept that. Her grandson, who studied nutrition, suggested one simple change: eat spinach daily, raw in smoothies, cooked into soups, even sauteed with garlic and olive oil. Ruth rolled her eyes but agreed to try. After just 10 days, she noticed something she hadn't felt in months: tightness in her upper arms. After 3 weeks, she could carry groceries up the stairs again. I feel like I've reconnected with my own body. She told her doctor, here's why spinach works. It doesn't just contain protein, it tells your body what to do with it. Vadic destroy compound triggers MTR, a key muscle building pathway in human cells, and it works even when muscle cells are old, tired, and resistant to normal repair processes. Spinach is also rich in magnesium, which helps reduce muscle cramps and twitching, and vitamin K, which supports muscle elasticity by strengthening surrounding connective tissues. The nitrates in spinach also boost nitric oxide just like beets, helping deliver more blood and oxygen to aging muscles in need of repair. That's a 1-2 punch: better circulation and faster recovery. To get the full benefit, you don't need to eat pounds of spinach like Po. Just 1 to 2 cups a day, lightly cooked or blended raw, can be enough to activate those key cellular pathways. Add lemon or vinegar to help unlock its minerals and avoid overboiling it, which strips out its fragile nutrients. If you've been feeling like your arms are shrinking or your legs just won't hold you up the way they used to, spinach might be the most natural resistance training support you never knew you needed. But this next vegetable goes even deeper. It attacks the hidden inflammation that eats away at your muscle tissue from the inside out. And it might be sitting in your fridge right now, unused. Vegetable number two, red cabbage. Red cabbage might not be the first thing you think of when it comes to muscle strength, but it should be, especially if you're over 60 and waking up stiff, sore, or swollen in the knees and hips. That's not just aging, that's low-grade chronic inflammation, one of the most silent and destructive drivers of sarcopenia. Over time, inflammatory molecules like interleukin 6 and C reactive protein CRP break down muscle tissue faster than your body can rebuild it. What makes red cabbage so powerful is its high concentration of anthocyanins, those deep purple pigments that act like natural anti-inflammatories inside the body. A study from Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who consumed anthocyanin-rich foods like red cabbage daily reduced muscle-damaging oxidative stress markers by up to 40% and significantly improved grip strength and walking speed in just 4 weeks. At first, Richard, 67, didn't think food could help. He was already on anti-inflammatory medications for joint pain and had accepted his muscle weakness as part of life. But when his granddaughter invited him to help her build a backyard garden, he realized just how weak he'd become. His arms trembled with a simple shovel. His thighs burned after 10 minutes of bending. He was embarrassed. That same night, he watched a video about anti-inflammatory vegetables and decided to try something new. He began slicing red cabbage raw into salads, sautéing it lightly with apples and onions, and even adding it to stews. After 2 weeks, the stiffness in his hands faded. After 3 weeks, he could garden again and actually enjoy it. I thought I was just getting old, he said, but I was just inflamed. Here's how it works. Red cabbage doesn't just reduce inflammation markers. It also helps protect mitochondria, the tiny engines in your muscle cells that generate energy. When mitochondria are damaged by age or inflammation, your muscles feel constantly fatigued, even after short walks or climbing stairs. But anthocyanins help stabilize those mitochondria, improving energy output and preventing early fatigue. Red cabbage is also packed with vitamin C, which helps synthesize collagen, the connective tissue protein that holds your muscles together. Plus, its fiber content supports gut health, which plays a major role in controlling systemic inflammation. An inflamed gut leads to an inflamed body, and red cabbage helps calm both. To get the most benefit, eat it raw or lightly steamed. Braising with vinegar enhances its antioxidant activity, and pairing it with healthy fats like olive oil boosts nutrient absorption. Just a half cup a day can start reversing years of chronic low-level inflammation that's been quietly draining your strength. And if you've been told your muscles are just old, red cabbage might just prove that your strength is still in there waiting to be unblocked. But nothing on this list compares to number one. It's the most underestimated muscle-restoring vegetable on the planet. One study showed it triggered a complete revival in muscle tissue function in seniors, and almost no one is eating it right. Vegetable number one, watercress. If you've never taken watercress seriously, that changes today, because this tiny green may be the single most powerful vegetable for rebuilding aging muscles. Yet it's overlooked by almost everyone. Watercress isn't trendy, it isn't flashy, but it's packed with over 50 unique bioactive compounds that directly support muscle regeneration, inflammation control, and oxidative stress repair. What makes it different from every other leafy green is its unique balance of vitamin C, calcium, beta-carotene, and especially glucosinolates, plant chemicals that actually signal aging muscle cells to regenerate. A 2019 study from Nutrients showed that seniors who consumed glucosinolate-rich vegetables like watercress had dramatically higher muscle endurance and grip strength, and reduced inflammatory markers by more than 46%. That's not just healthy eating, that's cellular-level rejuvenation. Now meet Lorraine, 76. She never missed her morning walk until her legs began to feel like cinder blocks, her thighs achy, her calves tightened by noon. She tried stretching, more protein, even magnesium, but nothing stuck. One day, her neighbor dropped off a bag of watercress from a local farm. "Try making soup," she said. Lorraine laughed. She didn't even know what watercress was, but with nothing to lose, she tossed a handful into her lentil soup and a few sprigs into her sandwiches. After a few days, she noticed she wasn't limping by lunchtime. After 2 weeks, she walked to the market and back without needing to sit. After a month, her doctor remarked that her muscle tone had visibly returned in her calves and forearms. The only thing that changed watercress, here's what's happening behind the scenes. Watercress is one of the highest ranked vegetables on the aggregate nutrient density index, and meaning it has more nutrients per calorie than almost anything else. But what makes it so powerful against sarcopenia is its effect on oxidative stress. As we age, our muscle cells get bombarded by free radicals, unstable molecules that damage muscle tissue and slow down repair. Watercress contains high levels of antioxidants like lutein, quercetin, and isocyanates that directly neutralize these radicals and restore mitochondrial function. It also contains small amounts of natural nitrates like beets, improving blood flow to muscle tissue. Combined, these compounds create the perfect storm for recovery, better circulation, reduced inflammation, more energy, and stronger repair signals. And unlike many vegetables, watercress doesn't need to be cooked. In fact, it's best eaten raw. Add it to salads, blend it into smoothies, or toss it onto soups after cooking. Its peppery flavor adds a kick, and even a small handful daily can deliver major results. If you're over 60 and starting to feel like your strength is slipping through your fingers, watercress might just be the wake-up call your muscles have been waiting for. It's small, yes, but so are sparks. And sparks are what start fires. Muscle loss after 60 isn't something you can afford to ignore. It's not just about looking fit. It's about walking without falling, standing without wobbling, and living without fear. Sarcopenia creeps in slowly, but it hits hard when it does. The good news, you don't need pills or gym memberships to fight it. The 5 vegetables you just learned about, beets, sweet potatoes, spinach, red cabbage, and watercress, are real, affordable, and powerful. Together, they target blood flow, inflammation, muscle protein synthesis, and energy metabolism. Everything your body needs to rebuild and repair. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love over 60. Drop a comment below. Have you tried any of these yet? What's worked for you? And don't forget to subscribe. We've got more powerful science-backed tips coming every week to help you take control of your health naturally. Your strength isn't gone, it's just waiting to be fed. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for watching.